we are going to take those decisions, quality need to be improved. The quality of those decisions need to be increased. So in the quality means why? Because today whatever we feel the quality of our decision in the global phenomena, we may be accept today, but every day the so many changes are coming in the competitive world. So the customer or the end user or other people to whom we are serving may not be satisfied with the today's decision in tomorrow's situation. So always we need to be provide a quality products, quality services. So those quality services, quality products we need to be provide to the customer means we need to be use this MIS in more effective way by increasing the quality of the management information system. So for this we are going to be use some traditional tools and some traditional methodologies, and in the process of using this management information system more effective way, one of the structural traditional methodology we have is structured analysis. Structured analysis. What is this structured analysis? Structured analysis means the structured analysis is a systematic procedure which may be a top-down method by defining the system's inputs, process, and outputs. So this structured analysis is a systematic procedure may be used by the top-down method from strategic functional area to tactical level area to operational level area. So in the structured analysis, the major tool, primary tool, which is going to be applied is called data flow diagram. Normally we in the computer students maybe called it as a DFD. Data flow diagrams means how the data is flowing. Already the structured analysis is been said to you, that is a top down, means the data will be flow from the top level management to down level management. So how the data will be flow from one level to another level may be explained by this data flow diagram in detailed manner. So this DFD, nothing but this DFD is consisting of 4 symbols. If suppose you go through that the study material which is supplied you, there you may find the symbols what are being used in the data flow diagram. So normally the arrow will be used to show the data flow in which symbol. Either the right arrow will be shows the data is moving from left to right. Either the left arrow will be shown as the data is moving from right to left. Either in the similar way, the down mark arrow or up mark arrow. So that arrow symbol is going to be shows you the data flow. The another is called process symbol. So to explain this process symbol, we are going to be use the rounded box, just like a square, but in the corners may be rounded. So this particular symbol is going to be depicts as the process, means what process is going on. And next symbol is external entity symbol. External entity symbol. So in this external entity symbol, we are going to be used as a rectangle. So the rectangle is going to be represents the external entity symbol. And the data storage, sometimes we are going to be store the data, and whenever the data is required, we are going to be used in the next operations. So for this data storage, we are going to be use a rectangle, and whereas external entity symbol, either we may be use the rectangles or square. So these are the different symbols we are going to be used in the construction of the data flow diagram. So if suppose once we go through the data flow diagram, anybody can understand by having an idea of these symbols. Then in this structured analysis, another one is need to understand is structured design. What is this structured design? Structured design is a software design. software design, but it is associated with structural analysis. So the structural design consisting of certain designing rules and techniques. So the structured design is a simple and reducing the time and efforts in the coding, debugging, and maintenance of this data. So the structured design is associated with the structural analysis consisting of the design rules and techniques. Means just we cannot construct the data flow diagram as we wish. For that, we need to be follow certain rules and regulations. So by following those rules and regulations in the way what kind of output we require, and for that what kind of data need to be used, based on these two things considering, we need to be develop a data flow diagram, and this structural design going to be helps to do a clear cut structural analysis. Structural analysis is a top down data flow approach. Okay, now structured programming, this is another one. So this is also structured programming is also a top down approach system, and it is going to be extends the principles of structured design to write the program. So whereas in the structured design, we have maintained certain rules, procedures, principles. So based on these principles, in the structured programming, we will be write a code, we will develop a program, or we design the system. This is called structured programming. One is structured analysis. In that structural design, after structural design, we are moving to structured programming. Means here the software developers are going to be write a design by understanding the requirements of the business organization by seeing the structural design. So here the structural programming is normally developed based on the principle of modularization. What is modularization? Modularization means a module. Different modules are going to be arranged in a sequential structured manner. Then module is going to be represented with a box. So the program, the entire program can be divided into different modules. For example, we are having subject of MIS. This entire MIS subject is divided into 5 modules. And each and every module is divided into different chapters. And each and every chapter is consisting of different topics. Like that, the structured programming is also divided into different modules, and each and every module is going to be consisting of some sequences, selection, and iterations. So in the selection, we are going to be appeal that what the things, statements are going to be chosen, and how it is going to be executed. And iteration means how many times the particular structural statement is going to be reiterated to get the output. And this is about structural analysis, which is going to be consisting of more particularly structural design and structural programming. And now, what are the limitations of this traditional methodology? So for effective usage of MIS, we are going to be use a traditional method called structural analysis. So is structural analysis is going to give advantages or benefits to business organization, or this is having any kind of limitations also? Certainly, any method or any procedure or anything you take in the world, definitely it is having certain advantages or disadvantages too. But the thing is, how best we are going to be limit the disadvantages. Why? Because no program or no activity will work at all conditions. It will work in certain conditions and it will not work in some other conditions. So what are the limitations of these traditional methods? Means the structural methodology is very slow and unresponsive in today's fast changing business. For example, even while we are using desktop also, if suppose once we are clicked, the immediately whatever we are expecting, it should be appeared on the desktop or screen. If it is not appeared, we will get iteration. We will get some kind of discomfort. So nowadays, everything need to be get in a more faster way. But the structured analysis is not like that. It will be works in a slow way. So this, why it is slow? Because the process is very linear. The process is very linear, and it will be go through of many interdependable and interchangeable elements. Therefore, the process will be delayed. The results will become accurately, but the process is delayed. But nowadays, the people do not have that much of time to wait to get the result. So, because of this slow process, this activity has become a costly affair for the business organization. These are the certain limitations of this particular usage of the traditional methodology. Then to overcome these particular limitations, we have developed a modern methodologies. With the help of the modern methodologies, we are using the MIS in a more effective manner. What are those modern methodologies? Modern methodologies are basically, we maybe call it as a OOP, object-oriented development, or computer-aided software engineering, or software re-engineering. So these are the certain tools which have been developed for the usage of the MIS in a more effective manner. So objective-oriented development is a part of modern approach to the system development. Even in the last class also we have discussed object-oriented programming language, OOPS. So here it is having different objects, and in between the objects they are having a hierarchical relationship. So this object-oriented development is a part of modern system development, but it is differing with structured analysis, design, and methodology. Why? Because whereas the traditional approach in the structural analysis, we are viewed systems in a way that what is to do. But whereas in the modern technology, the object-oriented development de-emphasized, and here clearly the objects are defined, programmed, documented, and you saved for the future purposes. So here the object-oriented development is going to be understood very easily by the users, and this object-oriented development is developed based on the objects and more closely to the real world. So the results are more accurate than the traditional way of structure. And this object-oriented development is having certain benefits when you compare with the traditional methodology. What are they? Here we can directly address the issue, particular issue, specific issue. Therefore, by addressing the issue directly, we can save time. We can save amount of money. Am I right? The more than these two things, what we want, we are saving time and money. For that only we are doing all the researches. We are increasing the technology. So object-oriented development program is used the objects. Objects will be used. So these objects are reusable. These objects are reusable. And this is one advantage. And here, when we are using the objects multiple times, in that way also we are going to be save the time and money. So this ultimately we can say one thing is this object-oriented approach is going to be increase the involvement of the users and also benefiting the business organization in terms of its money and time. But this is also having certain limitations. Because as just now I said, every methodology, every procedure, every decision, every activity is have certain constraints. Why? Because if suppose we have to say, like we discuss in the operations management also, what is that? Six Sigma quality, zero defect products. But it is not possible. Because if suppose you want to, if suppose anybody claims that I am produced a zero defect product, then we can say him as a god. Why? Because in my view, God is the only one who is going to be create the zero defect products. But here it is not possible. Why? Because we are not achieved the 100% of accuracy in producing of anything. Though we have discussing about Six Sigma or whatever it is, there also we are having some 0.0001% of defects. These are all the things you are going to be discussed in your operations management subject in more detail. So here, then what are the obstacles for this object-oriented development program? Means majority of the companies are hesitant to try it because it requires extensive staff training. Because it is a required more technical skills. The present people cannot operate it. Why? Because they need to have a computer knowledge. So either you need to be recruit the new people who are having computer knowledge, or you need to be provide extensive training for the existing people. So that is a costly effort. That's the reason so many companies are reluctant in using of this particular modern technology. Okay. And another is case tool. Case tool. Case tool means that is what we have said, computer aided system engineering. CASE, CASE. So computer aided system engineering or software engineering, whatever it is, have the similar meaning. So these case tools are microcomputer based and powerful graphical capabilities. So this is a automatic procedure which may be go and analyze in a step-by-step manner. It is going to do a step-by-step procedure and automatically is going to be done. Means here this case methodology is useful to the most of the user for more creative problem solving tasks who are having more knowledge, creativity, thinking knowledge, design thinking. For these kind of people, this kind of case tool is more helpful. So these case tools are more popular structured methodologies, and these are having some certain following lines. Why? Because the design and development of this case tools are have more integrity, and the software and development teams should be coordinated each other, automating the analysis and design, automating the testing and controlling. These all are the certain important features about the case tool. So in this case tool, we need to be understand what are the key elements in this particular case. The first one is diagramming tools. Diagramming tools means here we need to be develop different types of diagrams associated with the different methodologies. What are the diagrams? Already we have discussed just now, data flow diagrams, structured charts, or yesterday we have discussed the entity relationship diagram. Like that, various different kind of diagrams we are going to be used, depends on the requirement. And also the another one is syntax verification. We need to be type the accurate and complete syntax. And prototyping tools. Prototyping means it is also like a screen, and the menu is going to be generated that allows analysts to use without complex formatting and programming. And we need to be generate code, we need to be use certain project management tools. These all are certain development aspects and benefits of case tools. And apart from this, these case tools are automate many manual tasks of system development. And these case tools promote greater consistency and coordination during the development project. And more particularly, these case tools are promoting standardization based on the single methodology, single entity relationship. So these are the merits of this particular case tools. And certainly these case tools also have certain demerits. What are they? The first demerit is it is automatically provide a functional and relevant system. So it is going to be produce a base system. And it is interface easily with the database. And it is going to be radically transformation the system analysis into design process. So these are the certain demerits and obstacles of the case tools. And the third one is the software re-engineering. The first one is structured analysis. Second one is computer aided software engineering. Third one is software re-engineering. Software re-engineering. This software re-engineering is a methodology that is going to be addresses the problems of aging software, which is going to become outdated. What are the problems are there? This particular re-engineer. If suppose like in marketing, we are going to be studied product life cycle. When any product is reached to that decline stage, by adopting some creative strategy, we may be rejuvenate it and we may be extend the life period of that particular product. Like that, here also if any software is going to become obsolete, any software is going to become outdated, then we need to be re-engineered by adding the present requirements. So this methodology is going to be used to create a new system without starting from scratch. Means we need not to start from the base onwards. Already some system is existed. We are going to do little modifications. That is called re-engineering. So in the process of this re-engineering, we need to come across three major steps. One is reverse re-engineering. Second one is revision of design and program. Third one is forward re-engineering, forward engineering. Reverse engineering, forward engineering. Revision of design. These are the three terms. Then, what do you mean reverse engineering? Reverse engineering entails extracting the underlying business specifications from existing system. From the existing system. So, in this reverse existing engineering system do not have any structured documentation to clarify the business functions of the system, and they do not have any adequate documentation of the system design and the program. So here in the reverse engineering, we are going to revise the old design and programs. After revising by using certain specifications, we are going to be used in the business organization if it is going to meet the present situation, present requirement. So this is about reverse engineering. And what are the benefits we have with this reverse engineering means? It allows the company to develop a modern system with lower cost. Modern system with lower cost. Why? Because we are not going to start from the base onwards. We are not going to start from the scrap onwards. Already building is there. That building we are going to be modify according to the present scenario. That's it. In simple terms. So it allows developers to eliminate redundancy, and during the revision phase of the project, the technology of the system can also be upgraded. So these all are the benefits. Ultimately, we have demerit also, disadvantage also. What is that? If suppose you are given a direct mathematic problem, doing that problem is very easy. Or you are taken the program or solution, somebody who is already done, but that is not the correct solution. Then you need to be correct. It means it is a very difficult process. Because what they have done, you do not know. What kind of procedure they have used to arrive the result, you do not know. That's the reason sometimes we feel that instead of modifying, it is better to create a new product. Similarly, here also the demerit is, it is a very complex to undertake and understand the requiring much more than just running the old systems. It is very complex, but still sometimes it is useful. This is about the structured methodologies for using of MIS in more effective way. This is about the technology usage in MIS. And now further we move, we have technology, we have store, we are storing the files, we are processing it, we are getting the outputs in a more expected way. Then the next major issue to understand by you people is that how to manage the data, how to manage the information system. Why? Because managing our MBA managing is very difficult. And that to be managing the information is too difficult. So in the process of understanding this managing of the data, let us try to go for implementation of MIS. How this implementation MIS is going to be implemented? Already we have studied in the previous chapters. What is MIS? What is the purpose of MIS? What is the importance of MIS? Why this MIS is needed in the business organization? But now we are going to be study the ways to implement MIS. Ways, W-A-Y-S, way. The ways to implement MIS in the organization and to evaluate the techniques for implementation of MIS successfully in the business. So the management has developed since the time when the world came into existence. Because management subject is not a new word. Even if suppose now in the books we are going to be study about the management is started from Western countries at somewhere else. But before that also, even in Vedic period also, we have Mahabharata, we have Ramayana, and we have so many other Smritis, scripts. So in each and every book is going to be advise you how the people are managed the difficult situations. So management is not a new thing for us. Management is as old as the earth is there. Because there is a reason, normally in most of the times we may be called, who is the father of the management means, now we may be says so many people like different people who are being developed the modern management. But I can say that the Lord Sri Krishna is the guru of management. And he told everything in his Gita, how to deal, how to change ourselves according to the situation. So the management is as old as the earth is. That is the reason here how to manage the information system. Why? Because we are going to be managed so many things. But in the competitive global environment, there is a huge demand for the information. And now it is the responsibility of our people in the business organization to manage this, to protect this information, to safeguard this information is become much vital to the organization. So here, how this particular information need to be safeguarded, procured, and maintained safely. Because that is the reason at each and every stage of storage, we need to be take very carefully. We need to be handled, and we need to show a great diligence. So, in the process of implementation of MIS, the 5 steps need to be understood. The first one is investigation. Second one is analysis. Third one is design. Fourth one is implementation. Fifth one is maintenance. Once again, investigation, analysis, design, implementation, and maintenance. These are the 4 steps will help us to understand the managing of MIS. First one is, than this, we are also have certain direct approaches, parallel approaches. Direct approaches means we are going to be install the new system directly, immediately in the place of the old existing system. Correct? So the new system suitably replaces the existing system. Directly we are going to be replace it. And this new system is so compatible and simple. And whereas the old system, absolutely there is no value for it. If suppose we are going to be replace this, that is called a direct approach. Or sometimes parallel approach. Parallel approach means the old system is continuing. Slowly you are developing the new system. Means at a time you are not removing the old system completely. Why? Because you are at doubt of this new system. So you are testing this particular new system. You are testing parallelly along with the old system. So in this approach, the use of amount is very much required. It is a costly affair to the business organization. Why? Because the target date may not be fixed here. How long we may be parallelly run the system, we do not know. So the businesses will not come forward to show interest to use this particular methodology. And the third one is modular approach. Modular means already I told you modules. Each and every chapter may be divided into different modules like that here also. So each and every module have specific characters, specific features, specific goal. So in this generally, this modular approach is called pilot approach. Means in the organization, the new system may not be implemented as a whole at a time. They may be going to be taken one particular department for the testing, and there they are going to be used it. If they are become successful at that particular area, slowly they are going to be implement the same kind of operation, same kind of strategy for all other departments. That is called a parallel approach, modular approach. And organizing the MIS department. All these days we are talking about MIS, managing the information system. Then how this information system will be managed is a ₹1,000,000 question. Why? Because you are not talking about personnel who are managing it. But here, if you need to be managed, you need to have one department. You need to have one department. The department need to recruit with skilled personnel. Those skilled people are going to be manage this entire system. So what they are going to be managed means that whatever the activities are there, they are going to be managed. Why? Because they are technically sound. There is a reason only this MIS is going to be described as a pyramidal structure with 4 levels of information sources. Top level, second level, third level, and at bottom level. What is this top level? Top level is always consisting of planning, decision making, highest level of the management. Second one is information resources, which are going to be aid the tactical planning, middle level managers. And third level people are going to be looking after the day-to-day operations. And at bottom level is consisting the information of transaction processing. That's it. This is about organizing, managing the information system. But here, if you want to manage perfectly, apart from your knowledge, apart from surrounding people knowledge, you need to have a good hardware and software with you. If the hardware is not perfect, your system will be collapsed. If software is not perfect, you will be collapsed. Because you are not getting the problem exactly. You cannot diagnose it. Why it is happening? So, somebody should be there to manage. That is the reason we are talking about the 4 different people. That is called the procedures, methods, people. So, how this MIS department is going to be works with us. So, the role of each member in the MIS department have to be clearly laid out before the new system become operational. So, the MIS has been helps the strategic level people for policy making. Next, for second level people to provide required information. The third level people are going to bring those decisions into active mode. That is called, they are going to be use it in their day-to-day operations. Okay. This is about organizing or managing the information system. Then another important task is that what kind of hardware we need to be purchased. We need to be used. Because now I am using a mobile. If suppose a normal mobile, if I use, we may not receive the quality lecture. And even sometimes the things are going to be missed out because of the low quality of internet, low quality of some nuisance and everything. So everything is have certain merits and demerits. And everything need to have certain things to work out. So here you are talking about software, machinery, and all these things. But we have forgotten to discuss about the hardware. Why? Because without hardware, software is no use. Without hardware, software is no use. So, in the process and implementation and selection of this particular hardware, we need to be very careful. Why? Because it involves huge investments. And proper care need to be taken while you are choosing this particular hardware. So, whenever you are going to be develop or purchase a hardware, first you need to be prepared the vendor list. who is going to be supply this particular computers. After selecting, we need to be prepared request for proposal. Means, yeah, we are having only limited stock now. In future, I have a vision that the demand will be increased for these products. Then we need to be prepare ourselves also in similar way. So preparation of vendors is going to be prepared, request for proposals, proposal to select, evaluation, selection of vendor. All these things may be done by the people only, and those will be helps us in dealing the information system in any business. Then how to procure the software? Because we are going to be see wherever we go, or even in our laptops also, sometimes the software is going to be get damaged. Then procuring of system software, procuring of application software, and ultimately providing a safety and security to the hardware is more important, especially nowadays. So how we are going to be procure the data? So here we are going to be develop and implementation of MIS. That part is over because we are already developed and we are started implementing MIS. Means in those days also. But next, prototype approach. In the prototype approach, though the system is complex, we are going to be prepare the similar type of duplicate. Similar type of duplicate. Okay. This is about prototype approach. The third one is life cycle approach. Already just now I have mentioned product life cycle. Product life cycle. So no product or no human is going to be stay on the earth for forever. So he has to live some time. So based on that, we are having different stages in our life that we are going to be called as human life cycle, product life cycle. So here also we are going to be use such kind of life cycle approach. So the life cycle means between the birth and death. Between the birth and death. So if any, after understanding this, if any minor modifications or changes are there, that will be modified and they are going to be given certificate. This is about organizing of the MIS information system. Next, in managing this management information system, we need to have a particular database with us. If we do not have the database, nobody can do it. So the new system is to be implemented to have certain data stores. Data stores. And also, according to the new methods, new procedures, new rules, we need to be develop our knowledge. We need to be acquire the computer knowledge. We need to be acquire the different subjects knowledge. Then only the what you call wholesome knowledge can be given to the MBA students. So we need to be give certain times training also for the users also. And not only for the employees, you need to be give the training for the users also sometimes. Then next, how to create a how to create a what you call information system, and how you are going to be evaluate this information system. So we need to have certain different techniques for the evaluating of information system. So normally here we are going to be have certain things: hardware, software, computer networks, data, and human resources. After seeing all these things only, we have come across certain techniques are much better. The data processing, they are, one is goal based evaluation. Means our performance is going to be evaluated based on the goal. So goal based evaluation means here we are going to explicit the goals from the organizational context. Organizational context, we do not have any subject like whatever they are going to be run. So these goals are going to be used to measure the IT system. That is the reason the people are going to be enjoy with the party or enjoy whenever the goal, what do you call it, the project purpose is completed, the goal is completed, then we can say that it is going to be work with 100% or 99%. And second evaluation is goal free evaluation. That is goal based. This is goal free evaluation. Goal free evaluation means no such explicit goals are used like what we have used in the previously what we are studied. Now we are not going to be we are going to be studied, but we are not going to be used in majority of the business organizations. So the goal free evaluation is an inductive and situational driven strategy. Means according to the situation then and there we are going to be make out certain solutions. This is about goal. Sometimes criteria based evaluation. Criteria based means to measure that we are going to be taken one yardstick. So of course there are so many different measures are there, but it is a very simple task. That is the reason we have taken a yardstick and we are going to be measured. So IT system and all other people who are related with this, they need to be work hard for after evaluating which is developing, which is doing fast, who is not doing, who is not working. So that analysis will be helps to take various decisions on them. So that's the reason here also criteria. Criteria means there are so many criteria are there. There are so many criteria are there. So either based on quality, based on idea, based on whatever it is. In the year of 1999, Mr. Silla, who is recommended a three-step process information system. That is intangible benefits evaluation, information system investment risk analysis. Third one is tangible benefits evaluation. Tangible benefits evaluation. So here the steps should be taken in this order. That is tangible benefits and risks should be evaluated prior to evaluating the tangible benefits. Means nothing but if suppose in our like in ISET and some other things where you are going to be do the subject verification and allotted. After so many days the classes will be starts. So here we are going to be taking certain parameters to consider in evaluating information system. They are systems quality, information quality, user satisfaction, individual impact, organizational impact, and how you are going to be used. This is also matters. So these are the 7 parameters you need to be take into the consideration. System quality is not in our hands. Information quality is not in our hands. Only the remaining 4: use, user satisfaction, individual impact, organizational impact. Okay, this is about the system management. And next, we have so many other areas also, the management of MIS and how we are going to be use the further technology, like we are going to be use blockchain technology, cloud computing, and some of the guys are being done their what do you call ECE and EEE, and later they are going to be moved to that core program. So similarly here also the changes are coming and the things are being changing. So how to adopt the changes, just now how what is the example I am given, the changing from studying ECE and moving to the computer science in the BTech, like that in the competitive world every day the changes are coming and the people thinking is changing, Even if suppose in the olden days we are studying MBA means MBA means, but nowadays in the MBA we are choosing so many different specializations also. Similarly here also, in understanding of the information system requirements and in managing that particular information system, so each and every human is going to be understood in different way, and they are going to be used the different models and different methods. And in this particular sub chapter, we need to be carefully understand is what is the modern methodologies, and what are the how to managing the MIS effectively, and what are the how to manage, what are the things need to be focused in studying MIS, means what are the objectives, what are the goals. So once we know that goal based, criteria based, goal free based, so once we have studied the terminology, habituated to each and everyone, and by the time of writing examination, you have a feel good environment, and the feel good factor is going to be throw you from worst situation to the best situation. If you are already in best situation, it will be thrown you into the better situation. That is the reason it is very important to understand all the systems and system quality, information quality, and usage and user satisfaction. All these things, the different parameters are going to be checked. Because the system quality means it is nothing but a technical one, and if the system quality is good, then only the communication is good. And the information quality means whatever the information you are gathered from the used raw data is useful presently or not. We need to be check these two issues. And also we have studied in today's class the transition to the new system, and how the database need to be managed. Because if suppose you take any university system also, the database management is not up to the mark, because the data redundancy is taking place in more and occupying more space. For example, a student record means at each and every place the student record is going to be maintained. Why? Throughout the university system, suppose you are integrated, once that where the data is there, that can be used by anybody else. So like this, we need to be upgrade the management information systems, and we have to go through that SWOT analysis also. By upgrading, what I am going to get, if you don't aggregate, if you don't upgrade, what happens? So after analyzing critically, we need to be take a decision whether to develop a new system or whether to run the old system. Why? Because by developing a new system, what is the budget amount of money? What are the benefits we are going to get? And those information you are going to be matched with the present information, new information system. Whether the new information system is going to be help us, it is going to be give so many advantages are there. It is going to be gives us so much of advantage in terms of in various aspects. That's the reason we are going to be studied all these things to understand the management of the MIS. So after this, in tomorrow's, we maybe discuss some more topics, and those topics are like what are the things means management of MIS. Once again, here what are the techniques to recover the data which you are going to be lost, and how the management memory is going to be managed, and what are the augment features of this particular management, we will be discussing tomorrow's class. And apart from that, memory spaces, and getting ready to move to the uh, what do you call things, and we are also going to be studying the things like what do you call common data, integrating MIS with the changing organizational tools, and more particularly, we are going to be studied what are the controlling issues, what are the security issues are there in our management information system. Okay, nowadays we are been because of increased awareness among the public and people and relatives. The people are going to be ask you what do you do, what is the information system you are been using in the company. So presently we are going to be say that the existing one, but after taking of a new system, definitely it has show some kind of impact on the existing system, so that the differentiated importance and value is going to be moved as a credit into the new system and the people who are developed it. That is the reason always we need developing a system is not a great thing that will flourishes and that will be recognized as a great effort when we know how to control that particular new software safely, easily. So this is about in today's MIS class, and tomorrow we'll discuss this control and security issues and managing this particular MIS. Okay, and if suppose further any other different topics also there, we are going to be discuss. Any more doubts and questions, please? Anybody here? No one? Okay, seems to be no one is here. Just they are joined and doing other things. So here the university authorities has to take the control over on the students. How to listen the classes really, just not by joining and doing the other things. Seems to be why, because nobody is responding.
Sorry, it is better that if the relevant material is the hard copy is shown, we will
Yeah,
be on
already.
this.
Okay, sir. Actually,
Show the
yeah, please.
pages so that we can view at a glance. That
Okay,
will
okay. We need. You are asking that PowerPoint presentations.
at least a
That
bit
like
because slides are there.
that only slides.
We'll be happy.
Yeah, yeah. Why?
Or
Because just a day before the university professors are informed me that tomorrow onwards the classes are there, and that is the reason I am not prepared any slides. Just go through the study material which is being supplied you people by the Ambedkar Open University. I am also explaining the same only. I am not deviating anything. If suppose you have the study material with you, just you can go through that. And before starting, just I will be inform you which chapter I am dealing in today's class. Hopefully, you are have the book with you. Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Good night.